All right, let's start off. We always do this what's up career discussion kind of bit, usually towards the end, but I think we need to highlight you and that piece first. So tell us a little bit about where did you go to school and what was that career path, some of the passion, interest,
Yeah.
awareness. Give us that story.
So I guess I'll kind of go back a little bit. So I've born and raised in California. Once I wanted to go to college, I actually went over to the East Coast, Massachusetts, got my undergrad degree, played volleyball over there for 4 years, and I ended up majoring in liberal studies. Like I said, I kind of wanted to go into teaching at that time, but I wasn't completely sure. So it was kind of a generic major that I can go for and kind of go from there to see what I wanted to do. By the time I was about to graduate, I already had all my classes done, and I just basically needed units to fulfill that. So they said, if you take this class, you'll have a minor in visual and digital arts. I said, okay, I'm gonna get a minor in visual and digital arts, I guess. So I did that, and that kind of actually helped me when I went to go get my master's degree at the University of East London. I chose to do my master's in media, communication, and global development. And so even though my minor was not something I was initially interested at all, it kind of put me in the direction of what I want to do with my master's degree. And the reason I actually ended up going over there in London in the first place is to play volleyball. They reached out to me after I was done with undergrad and said, okay, come play over here for us. So I got to kind of extend my athletic career as well. But it was really great going over there and kind of choosing my master's degree as media communication and global development, because even though I kind of did that off of my minor, it really put me in the direction of the global development aspect and the sustainability and sustainable development goals, and kind of how the UN sees everything, and just the way it works. And I think part of what global development is too is what's going on in other countries. How do we reach our goals by 2030, by 2050, all of our, the goals that we're trying to reach. So that fascinated me. Once I was there, that was kind of end game. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And then I have some family. I have brothers who work in wind, and you can always tell their passion for it and how much they kind of joke around with me and how much they love the wind space specifically. And so it's great. They kind of got my mind going with this a little bit. And right out of getting my master's degree, I was not in renewables. I took up a job. It was great. I worked with underprivileged young adults, and it was kind of great to see their paths go in the right direction. But it's not what I wanted to do long term. So once I was kind of in that, and my head was going into a different space, I was like, let's do this. Let's get into renewables, and the rest is history.